Hey there. Start here. So I've got one more road to 50 clear for you guys today. So my friend Beard, who's on my Discord channel, my Discord server, actually finished his 50 unique clears today. I'm very, very proud of him. And you know, he was mentioning how it was kind of difficult there in the stretch, doing those last few clears. Because you know, you just kind of run out of the good units to use, and you have to use like garbage units. And but he was also using like the core team of the 2 Esthers and the Kaito, and said it you know, it worked well and got him through. And so for my own sanity and just to prove that to myself that I am going to be able to actually make it to the 50 unit mission when we get there in the stretch, I wanted to go ahead and just do sort of like a garbage unit clear, where we're just relying almost entirely on the 2 Esther and Kaito to get it done. So the 3 units, the 3 Garbo units I've chosen are the original Rain, the one that you get like at the beginning of the game. You get like the original Laswell and original Rain. So I'm bringing him, who's a 6-star max. Also bringing Vaughn, who is a 3-star unit, who is also 6-star max. And I'm bringing these 2 specifically because what I did is I did a search for units with the breaker tag, because I wanted these units to be able to do something other than just kind of sit there and take up a unit slot. And so if you have a unit with the breaker tag, that you can equip them with the ability Numbing Thunderbind, which comes from Ninja Edge and does a 130 Lightning Imperil, which is 5% stronger than the Imperil that Kaito does. And so it's like, hey, they can actually do something, right? They can do something. They can be somewhat useful. They're not just going to sit there. I could even go so far as to like equip them with the vision card and you know, give them like Melissa's vision card so that they're producing morale every turn. But yeah, no, I didn't really bother with that. But Vaughn and Rain both get the breaker tag, so they each have a Numbing Thunderbind equipped for that 130 Imperil. It's not much. Every little bit helps, though, right? And then for my 3rd Garbo unit, I chose Lotus Mage Fina, because I did mention that it's nice if like one of those 3 units that you throw in there is like a healer support type unit, and especially someone who can do like elemental buffs for the party. And Fina can do that. She can do a 50% all elemental buff for the party, plus she can do heals and things like that, and that's just kind of nice. And so, yeah. So what that means is that everyone has to be built with at least 100% elemental resist to make sure that nobody actually takes any damage from the magic. Because other than that preemptive imperil, the highest imperil we ever get is 50%. So as long as everyone has 100% elemental resist and your buffer can do 50% buff to all elements, you're pretty much good to go. All right. So we'll take a quick look at the gear. Kaito, pretty much the same thing that we've seen in all the other builds. Empress's Rod and Treasure Memorial Ring for that turn 1 morale fill. In his Brave Shift form, Blizzard Orb so that he counters, because just like in my last video, we will be using him as a tank later on in the fight. So we'll start with Esther tanking, and then we'll move to Kaito tanking a little bit later. And we want him to counter so that he can use his normal attack, which has a perfect dispel on it, to dispel the boss's buffs, and we don't have to rely on the crashing waves that way. And so yeah, then we're just giving him elemental resist. Like I've shown you in previous videos, he's got lots of elemental resist, so he is fine on that one. He only needs 100, and he's got like, you know, well over 100 to pretty much everything. And so yeah, here we go. He is also 100% full evade, so that when he does start tanking, he's not taking any damage. And then Melissa's card for the morale fill every turn. Rain here is, yeah, just all the, pretty much just, you know, anything I could give him that had elemental resist on it. So Nyx's Dagger is great because that's 20% across the board. Impervious Shield, 20%. Kryla's Veil, 30% across the board. Knight's Metal, 30% across the board. Heavy Drake Armor, 10% across the board. Colorful Lay is just for evasion, a little bit of evasion. So he's got, you know, well over 100 to pretty much everything. I gave him Numbing Thunderbind, obviously. Winged Heart for ailment resists. And then I gave him Provoke, because Rain is... something that I learned about Rain is that he is... he has this 5% chance to cover an ally from physical damage. And that kind of gets in the way sometimes. It actually, it creates the chance for him to just totally screw up your run. But I didn't want to just go in and pick a different unit. I would love to bring the original 6-star Rain. So I gave him Provoke because I want to make sure that either Esther or Kaito are the ones jumping out and taking the damage. Okay. So yeah, so that's what that's doing there, in case you're wondering. So Esther here, Dark Apocalypse, of course, best weapon for her. Blizzard Orb, so that she counters. That's going to be useful in sort of the first phase of the fight, while she's tanking. And then when Kaito takes over, it's not quite as important, but it is important for that first phase, and I'll explain why when we get there. Tons of Clash Gear. Perfect Provocation, that's for once Kaito starts tanking. We want her to be the Provoke unit, because she's got good elemental resists across the board, and we want to make sure she is provoking all the single target magic attacks, and they're not like hitting one of the other random party members out there. High class daggers just for LB fill, tower defense for elemental resists and ailment resists, and then Eithne's card, probably one of the best vision cards you can put on her. She's maxed on everything, maxed to go, excellent. Fina, again, just elemental resists, ailment resists. Crimson Fierceode is just for HP, to give her plenty of HP, because we definitely don't want her to die for any reason. Like when you push that 30% threshold, it can be a bit hairy, because the boss does gravity damage followed by fixed damage. And that can sometimes be a problem for units that have very little HP. And then, yeah, just lots of elemental resists here. Power Cut just to kind of bulk her up. Vaughn, elemental resist, so Abbas's staff is great because it does 30% across the board. Spring Basket just for some elemental resists. Lord of the Seas, Nicole just for some water resist, I think. Hio's Helmet, that's for the evasion. Colorful Lace for the evasion. Winged Heart for ailment resist, and some elemental resist there as well. Diabolus Energy, Judge's Oath, Numbing Thunderbind, good to go. All right, so 100% to everything at least. Good to go. I'd like to thank Beard for the bunny on this one. You'll notice right away that his elemental resists are not 100%, and that's okay. 90% on a bunny is enough. So this bunny will take a little bit of damage, but it's fine. It's not going to kill them, as you will see. And we're just gonna we'll make it work. So don't worry about it. Dark Apocalypse is critical, so glad to see that. Some Clash Gear, Chocobo Feather for the for Guts. That I think, so this is more of a again a general build. I think geared more for Kefka, I believe is what he told me. But you know, that's perfectly fine. That'll work just fine for this clear. This is a great card for Esther because it gives her 1,000 flat attack. So looking good. As long as she's maxed out on the killers, we're good to go, and we are. Even a little bit of human overkiller, awesome. All right, let's get in there and see how we get this one done. I'm going to call this my Garbo unit clear. All right, so this one should prove that, you know, 2 Esthers and a Kaito is all you need, and you can rotate everybody else out. All right, so we'll go ahead and shift Kaito. Morale is going to be a little bit slower on this one because we just don't have that many morale units. So Kaito is just going to go ahead and do triple deep. Rain is going to go ahead and start with a provoke. Vaughn can just, do a normal attack. Esther is going to do Storm Defender because we want her to cover at first. Voltage Spike, Voltaic Field. All right, the other one can do Shockwave Slam because remember the boss does the 150 imperil across the board to start the battle. So you got to get rid of that. So you'll notice our units are like, whoa, they're looking real bad right now. So we got to get rid of that. So Esther does Shockwave Slam to remove our imperils. And then we'll just do a couple of killers to get ready. All right, Fina is going to do Elemental Resist with Divine Veil. And Blooming Lotus for Ailment Resist, just in case, like maybe one of your units doesn't have ailments for resist for some reason. Okay. So there you go. We're resisting everything, except for the one friend unit there is just taking just a little bit of damage, but that's okay. All right, so since rain provokes, it ensures that Esther jumps out to cover. And that's what we want. All right, rain is going to provoke again. All right, Kaito is just going to do another triple deep. Vaughn can just do another normal attack. All right, we're going to set up for our first big burst. All right, so this Esther will do Limitless Plus. And then the remaining 2 killers. This one's going to do, we got to make sure we imbue ourselves. Limitless Plus. We're not going to worry about Rainbow Storm Plus. We don't need it. And then Overcharge Atmosphere for the killers. Fina here can just do Shining Cover for some regen. And Enduring Blossom for some general mitigation for the party. It's not much. I think it's only like 40%, but you know, every little bit counts. Okay. All right, so now we're ready for our first burst. Rain's just going to do one more provoke, and then it should be the last one he has to do. Vaughn's going to do Numbing Thunderbind for the 130 Imperil. All right, Kaito can do Torrential Downpour, Deadly Stream, Natural Flux. Yeah, we won't worry about doing our Crashing Wave until next turn. Yeah, should be good to go. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and do our LBs, and then Fina's going to entrust to one of the Esthers. Okay. Let's just double check and make sure. Yep. Okay, let's do it. So this is not going to push the 70% threshold. Yeah. Wasn't expecting it. Okay. And that's fine. All right, so what should happen here is Esther should actually refill Fina's LB, and she can just entrust to the other one. Other units who can do that, who have entrust like that, you could use like 3-star Shara. You could use, what's his name, Bartz. Bartz has entrust. I think there's several versions of Fina that have entrust on them. So yeah, you could use any of them. All right, so Fina will then entrust to that bunny, and they can basically just go again. Oh, Rain doesn't have enough MP. That's hilarious. Do I have the MP? Yeah, restore HP and MP. Let's go ahead and do that. So you can do Numbing Thunderbind on this turn. Vaughn can just do a normal attack. We'll do Crashing Wave, Natural Flux, Deadly Stream. All right, Vaughn can do a normal attack. We'll do Numbing Thunderbind. All right, and this should definitely push the threshold from here. There we go. All right. Not sure why Rain died there. He must have provoked something that he wasn't prepared for. But it's fine. All right, so Fina can actually bring him back. Wait, she can't dual cast her full life? Are you kidding me? All right, does she have anything in here that raises everybody? That's re-raise. All right, there we go, revive, okay. Jeez. All right, and then Divine Veil. Okay. So now we're going to do some more setup. So now we're going to do Bunny Bait on Kaito. We'll do... We'll go ahead and do a Limitless Plus, because we're going to do our SLB next turn. So we'll go ahead and re-up that. And then we can do... Smiles with Sylvie. All right, because when we start pushing the 50, when we push the 50% and the 30%, we want to make sure we have everyone covered on the elemental resist, so we want Smiles with Sylvie ready for that one. So do Limitless Plus. We'll go ahead and Infandaga. And we're going to save that. What should we do here? Let's do another voltage spike. I think that should do it. Because we're going to get our SLBs next turn. Yep, just double checking. Alright, Vaughn can just attack. Kaito will... Do we need some morale fill? Yes, let's just do triple deep for morale fill here. Whew, windy day today. Alright. So now Kaito is our tank, and Esther is provoking all the magic. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This will hopefully push the 50% threshold without issue. Alright, we don't have any Numbing Thunderbinds up and ready to go yet, but that's fine. We don't need them, so they can just do a normal attack. Alright, Fina can do LB, not LB fill, but that's for the regen, not for the LB fill. And then we'll do Enduring Blossom. Okay, let me just make sure he's... Yeah, okay, yeah, because we got Smiles with Sylvie, duh. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there's the gravity damage. Okay. Alright, now we're basically just going to set up and go again. So we'll do Limitless. We'll do... we don't need to worry about Voltage Spike again, do we? And then we will do a Rainbow Storm Plus just to make sure her LB is full. And we'll do like some... Actually, we don't need to worry about that, do we? I'll tell you what, because she needs to worry more about her killers. Let's do Limitless Plus, Human, and Undead, because Kaito will take care of the Fairy Demon. Alright, this Esther can do Limitless Plus, Rainbow Plus, and Overcharge Atmosphere. And we're using the Rainbow Plus to fill up her LB. Okay. Also, I need to double check, make sure I've got enough imbue. Yeah, we've got 3 more turns of Lightning Element, so we're good there. And then Fina can just do Entrust on Esther here. Okay, we should all still have our big elemental resists. Although, will we have them next turn? No, we won't, will we? Okay, let's do Limitless Plus. Smiles with Sylvie. And Rainbow Plus, yeah. I think that's a smarter move here. I think that's what I did last time. Okay. And Kaito still has plenty of cover, right? Just need to double check myself. Yep, plenty of cover. Kaito can basically just do some more deep submersions for morale fill. Alright, and since we don't have our SLBs ready, this one might not push the threshold, but I think it should. I think it should still push the threshold. All right, we should have one of these up. Yeah, Numbing Thundervine's already here. Perfect. Okay, and let's do... let's just make sure we have our Divine Veil up. Blooming Lotus. Rain can just do a normal attack. Just make sure you never guard with your Garbo units. Okay, and yeah, this should push 30%. There we go. Nice, nice. Okay. So yeah, you see it, they came a little close to death there, but we're all good. Okay. We will need some MP refill there. Let's do that. Okay. So now, yeah, we just need to do another setup turn. How many more turns? All right, he's got one more turn on the cover. We will need to re-up that because I don't want to be left short. Where's the bunny bait? Okay, so this one should have bunny bait ready to go. All right, bunny bait on Kaito. Let's re-up our voltaic field because we will need that. We can do overcharge atmosphere. This one can do... Let's see, Fairy, Demon, Voltage Spike. Yeah, so we're going to take a couple of turns to just set up here. Do we need our imbue? Yeah, we'll re-imbue next turn while we set up. No problem. Okay. Actually, I could just go ahead and do a burst here, couldn't I? Because we're still imbued. We have everything. Yeah. Why don't we just go ahead and do another burst here? We've got one more turn on the imbue. Let's do it. All right. So Kaito does Crashing Waves, Deadly Stream, Natural Flux. Oh, wait, is it because... Wait, he's got one more turn to cover, right? Man, a lot of traffic today. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do another burst here. We'll go ahead and we'll make sure we've got our Divine Veil up. We'll do our Blooming Lotus, why not? Right. It's definitely not going to push the threshold or anything like that, but, you know, it'll ensure we kill on turn 11. All right, so now we can just do a Limitless Plus, Rainbow Plus, and what else should she do? I guess we should probably imbue ourselves. Let's do that. In Thundaga. All right, the other bun can do Limitless Plus. Overcharge Atmosphere and Rainbow Storm, just the regular one, because that still does a full LB fill. Fina can just do, like, I don't know, like Eternal Light and Divine Veil. Kaito does Kaito things. Wait a minute, no, he needs his cover, doesn't he? Whew, glad I didn't forget that. So she needs to do Limitless. Bunny Bait on Kaito. And Overcharge Atmosphere, right? Did we imbue ourselves? Are we imbued? Yes. All right, we are imbued. I can't even remember what I did like 5 minutes ago. Gosh. All right, triple deep because we don't care about doing damage on this turn, just for morale fill. All right. Not too shabby, 11 turns. All right, and Fina can just entrust to the one bunny that didn't quite fill up, no problem. Kaito does Kaito things. Torrential Downpour, Deadly Stream, Natural Flux. I don't think we have any Numbing Thunderbinds left. No, so these guys can just hang out and watch. All right, and this should definitely kill the boss from here without issue. Here we go. Boom. There you go. 11 turns with Garbo units. Nice. It's better than my initial, my first test run, which was 13 turns. So I was able to improve it by 2 turns. That's good. All right, so there we go. Let's see how we did. Obviously, Esthers doing literally all of the damage on that one. So yeah, Beard doing just fine. And we are, thank you so much for the Esther on that one. Making our way, I think we just hit another milestone thanks to that one. So thank you, Beard, for helping me hit the next milestone, which was for celebratory lapis. So I've got 15 out of 15, I hit the 15 unit mission for 1,000 replica lapis, which, is whatever. It's a drop in the bucket compared to what I'm able to farm in a 10 run series. I think I'm able to farm, like, depending on the friend bonus that I'm able to get, I'm usually averaging around 17,000 replica lapis per 10 runs. So 1,000 not really impacting my bottom line there. But as you can see, we are 16 out of 15 now. We're getting closer to that emblem. We will get there before the game ends, before they shut out the lights. So do stay tuned, keep watching, and I'm going to keep doing clears, y'all. So thank you so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.